Rockin' you since 82.
IronFist.
Oh my God, we're back. Or at least I'm back. Life, sometimes. If it looks like I am an unkempt mess sitting here in my spare bedroom slash home office, it's precisely because I am sitting here an unkempt mess in my spare bedroom slash home office. Mike, several weeks ago, had sent me just a text, basically saying his life is sucking a fart right now, which struck me as both hilarious and grotesque and probably a little, pathetic or at least sad. But yeah, when you're trying to be so many things simultaneously, sometimes it can feel really scattershot in terms of when you get the opportunity to actually do the thing you love, which is working on your music. I'm pointing at the computer because I've got files open now. Yeah, doing the thing I love, which is music. And I suspect that life wouldn't necessarily be easier if we were genuinely a full-time working band. This is what we do. Like we're both fans of the band Striper, and I've seen on their social media posts as they undertake this tour that they're just starting, and they've released an album of all acoustic renditions of some of their songs. The lead singer Michael Sweet had said something about they've been recording a new album too, that it was all written and it was ready to be recorded, and it seemed like it happened in the space of like just a couple of months. And it's like, oh, that would be great, to spend just a couple of months and like write the songs and record the songs and put them out. I suspect their lives are no more easier than ours are. So this is just me wanking a little bit. I was trying to take enough time to get my school year finished at Central, which seemed to be sucking up all of my time. And then we get into summer and there's just still stuff that sucks up time. Being a homeowner means there's 1,000 things to do always, and none of them ever get done, or at least none of them ever get done completely. So I'm always thinking about the music. I'm always thinking about the songs and new songs, and Mike sent me a new idea for a completely different summer song, and I sent him an idea for this year's spooky tune. So we're always thinking about it, but the actual time to be able to devote to getting down to the nitty gritty of the work sometimes lacks. So as promised in the last episode, if you remember, I'm joining you now to play for you the drum track that I have through the end of the first chorus. And I'll probably do this twice, because one time I'm just going to kind of sing my way through it. And then another time I may stop and start and talk just a little bit about what my idea is for the arrangement, because that's not something Mike and I have really nailed down. And that's where I left us off with the last time, the idea that we've got enough of the lyrics now and enough of the chord progressions now that I do think it is time to start putting down some scratch tracks. And so that will often start with Mike either working with some sort of click track or drums that he just imports from a DAW, or it'll start with me laying down a scratch track on drums like I will regularly do. I will write my drum part, sort of compose it in Finale, and then when I learn how to play it, I'll print it out on a piece of sheet music and say, okay, this stuff that I've worked out kind of in the air, now I actually have to put on the real instruments. But it's a nice way for us to work together, but obviously separated by the hour and a half that we live apart, or hour and 40 minutes or whatever it is. So I give you the drum part for Rock and Roll All Through the Summer. So there's one measure of click, and then we'll start in with Mike's guitar. So it should sound like this. Ba-dum bum, ba-dum 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 bum, ba-dum bum, ba-dum bum, ba-dum, 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 bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-dum, 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 bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Finally got to June. Been waiting all winter for the summer sun to rise. Getting out of school and looking up in wonder at those perfect clear blue skies. Long nights beneath the stars, hot rods and loud guitars. I've got it all to look forward to, and there's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rock, rock and roll all through the summer. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna rock, rock and roll all through the summer. Dun, 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 dun. From the backyard to the beach, I know the good times always are in reach. I'm gonna rock, rock and roll all through the summer. Dun, 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 head into July, and so forth. So that's my idea. I'm going to boost the volume of this a little bit. I don't know how loud it's coming through on the video, but so that's sort of my idea. It takes the intro that Mike's been doing, that sort of descending bass thing that I said I heard, boom, boom. The drums coming in with the big flams, and yeah, we never really talked about how to get out of that intro and into the song proper. So that's where I hear this. Here's the click off again. Here's the intro, ba-da-dum, ba-dum, coming into that bass line, boom, boom, dun, 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 that keeps going, dun, dun, bass thing again, boom, boom, little tom, we're dun, 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 ba-dum, bum. This is still the intro, dun, dun, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. I sort of hear that as like the dominant chord, the E, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then maybe something like ba-da-dum-bum, and then like that's a nice big tonic chord, A, ringing out. Let it ring, let it fade, and then as it fades, the sort of palm muted choppy A chord comes in the other guitar. Finally got to June. No summer for the summer sun. And this should all just be like that palm muted stuff. Little bass barrel. Now we come into the pickup. Big chords there. Loud good hot rods and loud guitars and big chords and all there too. And there's one thing I'm gonna do. Build it up, gonna rock. And then we're into the chorus, which I feel like we basically already got. We're gonna rock and roll all through the summer. From the backyard to the beach. Ways are in rock and roll all through the summer. A, and again that rings out. Palm muting comes back in, and we're heading into July. So I'm going to get these tracks separated, sent off to Mike so that he can drop them into the PreSonus and start working the guitar stuff out, see what he thinks of the arrangement that I've got so far. Obviously that he might have different ideas. He can cut and paste, chop this stuff up, or tell me, hey, I need this, but like 2 fewer measures, whatever. But I feel like this gets us a good spot to at least start recording it. And then that should work through, just basically repeated, should work through to the end of the second chorus. And then he'd already done a little one-off demonstrating what he hears as the guitar solo. And then we can get into that bridge break where we get that F sharp minor, you know, getting August be like the days are nearly gone, that stuff. So that's what I got. I'll get this sent over to him.
RAWK.
Welcome back. It's my turn. So I got the drum tracks from Scott, and I listened to the video that you just saw and realized just how many elements I wasn't aware of. So I gave him a quick phone call and asked a couple quick questions, like I had the beats per minute wrong. It's 144, not 140. I wasn't sure of the melody line or the chord progression going into the pre-break. It's because he hadn't really come up with it. So I did. I spent a ton of time just sorting all of that out. And we have a demo through the first verse. We actually could have a demo through the second verse, but that's okay. So we don't have final drum tracks. None of this stuff is final. This is what we call a scratch demo through the end of the first chorus. And I'm going to let you listen to the drums first if I can get my mouse to work. I don't know where it went. There it is. So here's what the drums sound like, panned out and stretched out and all of that stuff. Again, these are just finale drums. They are not studio drums or anything like that, but it gives you an idea of what this drum part sounds like. I've already actually copied out the drums for the second verse. He'll give me complete drums from beginning to end once the song is done, but that's kind of our process. I will take the drums that he gave and I will kind of patch and piece them together in various places. We still have a ton of work to do, but it's really cool to hear at least this much of the song. So let me find my bus. There it is. That should be it. Okay, let's see what we got. Oops, you gotta probably have some speakers if you want to hear it. Try that. Okay. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, you've heard that with him, so I'm not going to go through all of that, but I wanted you to hear a little of that. Now I'm going to add some git fiddle. Let me find my git fiddle bus. There we go. So let's add that in now. Remember, this is all about songwriting, not recording, so I'm not showing you all of that process. What we're showing you is what we've written over the last 8 episodes, I think it's been, and now it's coming together actually into a cohesive song. So it's just A and D. Finally got to June, waiting all winter for the summer sun to rise. Getting out of school, and looking up at wonder at those perfect clear blue skies. So you get the idea, okay? Now let's add some bass. Let's put the big fish in the bottom end and, you know, the bass guitar and see what that sounds like. Now, this is not the final bass part at all. The guitars are pretty close because we've worked on that together. We haven't really worked on the bass guitar yet, so that's coming. But here's what we got. You probably didn't hear that. It's a little quiet because I turned it down for the mix. Let's bump it up so you can hear it. So that sounds pretty cool. Okay, now here we go. Here's what you've really been waiting for, because I know y'all want to hear me yodel, right? Oh, let's crank it up just a Nova Scotia. Just a little bit more, but however, we probably should turn the microphone off because we're getting feedback. All right, here we go. I'm not a drummer.
Finally got to June. Been waiting all summer for that summer sun to rise. Getting out of school and looking up with wonder at those perfect clear blue skies. Long nights beneath those stars, hot rods and loud guitars. I got it all to look forward to. It's the one thing I'm gonna do. Gonna do. I'm gonna rock, rock, rock and roll all through the summer. I'm gonna rock, rock, rock and roll all through the summer. From the backyards to the beach, the good times always are in reach. I'm gonna rock, rock, rock and roll all through the summer.
Oh, yeah. I think it's pretty good. There's some mistakes. It is a scratch demo, right? We've only got the first verse done. I'm ready to put the second verse in. Then we need to determine what the break is going to be exactly. In the last episode, I had shared some ideas about guitar solos. I've spent a lot of time off camera cogitating on that, but I don't know the chord progression yet. I'm not sure that we want to stick with our A, D, E chord progression in there. We might want to mix it up a little bit, give the song a little less repetition. But we still want to stick within the inspiration for this, which is, you know, a Beach Boys style song. There's a lot of ear candy to add. There's a lot of little guitar riffs and guitar licks that we need to add. We're going to add some of that organ in there. There's all kind of stuff going to be coming on this yet. I can see us still doing another 3, 4, 5 episodes before this song is done. But here's my promise to you. When this song is done, here on YouTube, you're going to get to hear it first. That's where we're going to put it out before we release it out to all of our distribution globally and to all the radio stations and to everybody who plays Iron Fist. So there you go. The second place that's going to premiere first after here is going to be on the MC Network. That is a network that I've been involved with from the ground floor. It's really cool. There's more going to be coming on that. emcn.live is the website if you want to check it out. We're still building, we're still forming, but it's a really cool concept of what's coming, and it's going to be a platform for indie artists globally to release and share their music, and we're just really excited about the team that we've got. It's myself and a guy in North Carolina, a lady up in Oregon, another guy in Oregon, and a guy in Washington State, and we all met online and shared this vision, and it's really coming together in really cool ways. So, all right, I think that's going to do it for this one. So, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it, and we will catch you on the next one. Well, let's put it this way. Animal and I will be here. You should be too.
RAWK!